I'm sure you have, like the TARDIS at Heathrow.
Yeah, well, I got sent pictures of it by Jenna. Actually, I haven't seen it myself, but she was when she was taken off me, so she sent me photographs of it. That's really exciting. That's brilliant.
And what about the Prince of Wales visiting the TARDIS?
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Is he a Who fan? Does he really like it?
He knows his stuff. Yeah, he does.
Really?
We've had hints before that the royal family are quite keen on Doctor Who, and indeed Sherlock. So and he was it was just so nice. That was the funny thing about that. It was just really nice. I hadn't met any of the royal family. It's a very nice couple came round.
That's awesome.
Right.
What can you tell us about the special?
The 50th.
Yeah.
Nothing. Well, do you know, it's that weird thing because we haven't actually finished it. I mean, the post-production on Doctor Who is epic. It's not like most shows, you know. There's a huge amount of effects. So there's going to be a trailer later today, but we haven't got any of our big shots in it yet. So I think it's really good, and I think David and Matt are very special together. I think that's going to be a real treat.
I mean, seeing all that footage and stuff. I mean, what impressions do you get of the Doctor? I mean, his personality changes based on who plays him, and it's just such a rich.
Well, and indeed, in the 50th, you get to see him played by John Hurt as well.
Oh wow!
Well, yeah. I mean, he's always the Doctor.
Yeah.
You know, but he just gets a different face now and then, and it's an odd thing, but at script level, the Doctor is very consistent. If you look at the scripts for Chris, for David, and for Matt, you wouldn't notice that much difference. It's the way those three very different men play the part that makes it. But then, you know, if you put on a different body, you put on a different suit, you behave differently. You know, so put on a different body, imagine what that does to you. But you know, he's consistent with it, surprisingly so. I'd say.
Go ahead. You go.
How far in advance did you know that you wanted the 50th to include 10 and Rose? Because it seems like there were little hints dropped throughout.
Well, you know, we don't really have the option that they had when it was the 10th anniversary, because you know, three of them are dead, and you know, even if you could magically somehow get them all there, it would be meaningless to have 11 people playing a part. So I knew the story we should do, and I think it's the right choice of story, and I knew what I'd need to put in place for that, but you have to wait and see. Well, I can't say much more than that.
Was there, well, obviously you don't want to reveal too much, just was there any little tidbit of a surprise you can give us that we might see?
Well, there are a number of surprises in the special, but they wouldn't be that if I gave them away at this point. I know it always sounds so mean of me, but what would you rather have? All the bangs and the flashes of the real thing, or some middle-aged Scot droning at you? I mean, you'd be better off. But wait and see. I mean, to answer your question more fully, I know David socially. And so quite a while back I was thinking, I'm also going to be running my list to 50th, so are you going to come back and do it? He said, absolutely. So I knew that he'd want to be there. So
you mentioned that obviously you can't reunite all of the Doctors, but throughout the course of this past season, through special effects, you were able to incorporate some of the past Doctors. At what point did you decide that you wanted to do that, I assume, for the anniversary?
Well, I mean, all these decisions, and I'm just being reticent and everything, but all these decisions are dictated by the story. You know, I think we'll have every kind of clip show going that there's possible on it when it comes to the 50th. So the 50th anniversary show itself is not going to be a clip show, you know. So I mean, because you're not going to be short of Doctor Who, an old Doctor Who, a new Doctor Who, when it comes to that day. So I don't want to turn the show itself also into a clip show. I know. I mean. I quite liked In the Name of the Doctor. Before you expected us to do it, we did it. You know, so and you saw them all, and you saw Jenna meet the first Doctor and all. There are limits to what we can do. People are always saying you could recreate them with special effects. Have you any idea? And obviously the first priority of business, if that were possible, is to put Sean Connery into On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So I have to wait in line for that. But the other thing is the footage we've got, which was what's killing us slightly in the name of the Doctor, of the old Doctors, isn't good enough. It's hardly any resolution. We're trying to do this in HD. You've got William Hartnell filmed on something that we would regard as a shoebox camera. I mean, it's ridiculous. So there's a huge limit on what we can do.
You mentioned that even every time a different Doctor plays, it's still the same
Yeah.
script. It's just the way they play it.
Yeah.
But knowing ahead of time, even when Tennant was leaving, and knowing now that Matt's leaving, does that alter how you write it all?
I think in a quite. That's a good question. It's quite a constructive way. It makes you strip the Doctor back to what he fundamentally is, because and then you write a very, I don't want to say basic or generic. I just want to fundamental, pure Doctor, and then let the actor start to run it. Start to take hold of it. Because I mean, at the beginning of. With Matt, everyone was saying, but these scripts are just David's scripts, and they kind of were. But I felt quite clear, and we'll do the same with the next Doctor. That actor has to come in and sort it out for themselves, and then we'll slowly follow them. And if you imagine being the Doctor, what a ridiculous idea, that he's 1 minute he's David Tennant, the next he's Matt Smith. He's not everything is going to rearrange immediately. So the first few stories, Matt is quite David-y, and then slowly, by the end of that series, he's become completely different. That, I think, is the honest way to write it, and the only way that you can do what you need to do with Doctor Who is make it the star vehicle for that actor. So it's David Tennant's star vehicle, and then it stops being Matt Smith's star vehicle, and it will become the next Doctor's star vehicle, so like that. But the Doctor himself, when I was doing the first year of Matt, I remember I got hold of the script book for Tom Baker's first season. It's very good, very, very good script for that season. And I was reading and thinking, we could just give this to Matt. It's the same, it's not any different. That's the genius of Robert Holmes, of course.
So we get the 50th anniversary special, and right after that, we're going to have the Christmas special, not shortly afterwards. How far along are you on getting that all planned out?
Page 22.
Okay.
It's specific for you.
There you go. Much more specific than I expected.
I know, I'm slightly unnerved by the fact it's on page 22. We're filming it in September. Oh, God.
You start in September, is that what you said?
And how's the search going for the next guy?
It's barely begun. We've got a fair amount of time, and it's fairly exhaustive. And it's quite good to let the furore die down a bit before you do all that, so that then we can now operate not in some reasonable degree of privacy, because for the first 3 weeks, every day in the newspaper will be speculating there's going to be Barack Obama as the Doctor. That's what I was. Helen Mirren, she's saying it's time I wouldn't play the Doctor. I think it's time a man played the Queen.
Yeah.
Some of my favourite queens.
Do you have a wish list of who you'd like?
No,
Good.
I think I think you have to see to feel who it is right now. I mean, Matt was as different from what I thought we were going to get as possible. So I now know, having done it once before, not to have any theories about it, just to go in and let somebody blow you away. Casting is easy. It's easy.
You're open to gender, race, whatever.
Open to anything, yeah.
Wow.
But it has to be properly open. So I don't have an agenda in any direction at all. It's just whoever is going to be great.
I'll send my real name.
You mentioned William Hartnell. Was it difficult to cast that role?
Well, you talked to Mark about that, but you mean for Adventures?
Yeah.
Well, when Matt first pitched it, when Mark first pitched it, he was talking about David Bradley. He's an astonishing lookalike for William Hartnell. Excellent. Eerily close. So I can't imagine it. I mean, and you sort of have to be quite close. Or amazing. Speak to Mark.
It looks like you cast well for Sherlock too, because those boys are doing pretty good.
Yes, yes. Well, casting is genuinely easy. You just have to sit in a room with people, and it's not hard to spot that people like Benedict and Matt can act. Yeah.